In 2012, Spanx founder Sara Blakely became the youngest self-made female billionaire, according to Forbes. Oprah's consistently named the product on her annual favorite things list, which helps. I spoke to Sara Blakely about the Spanx business model.
Spanx didn't advertise for 16 years, and in the last 2 years we started doing a lot of digital advertising, and we're seeing exponential growth on our own .com. So we have our own retail stores as well. Those are doing great, and I would say really the focus for Spanx and businesses out there is the balance between, we have all these great wholesalers who we've had partnerships with from the beginning. I mean, Neiman Saks, Nordstrom, Bloomingdale's. And it's the combination, and it's just the company needing to get the omni-channel correct, the experience correct and consistent across all of them. There's just so many more touch points now for consumers and how they can interact and connect with your brand.
Yeah, we've seen the consumer doing really well lately. Target's CEO recently said this is the best consumer environment he's seen. And yet, consumers have also been trained to accept discounts. As someone who buys a lot of your products, Sara, I always pay full price. How are you able to maintain that where it feels like you don't have too many promotions?
Yeah, it hasn't been our model for business since the start. I mean, we make such good, amazing quality products, and so much of what Spanx does is we invent. So we hold several patents, and when you're filling space and you're the first to market and nothing else exists like it, you can really keep your price stable and protected, and the consumer loves the product. So that's been our approach from the very beginning. I've never been interested in trying to be, race to the bottom on pricing. There's so much of that out there in retail, and I've seen a lot of brands come and go that chase that model.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about where you source production. I know you famously have that North Carolina factory. Do you outsource any of it?
Yeah.
Do you do any producing in Asia? And I'm wondering, in the context of what's going on with trade, and we're wondering if apparel and retail is the next sector to get hit, especially as trade tensions escalate between the U.S. and China.
Yeah, we're watching it very closely at Spanx. So far, we have not been affected by any of the tariffs or what's going on, but the bulk of Spanx, for the first 7 years of Spanx, 100% of our garments were made in North Carolina, and then I literally had to go outside of America because I couldn't get the quality that I wanted and needed in a lot of the apparel and the other categories that we were developing. So I would say probably, 40%, 50% of our products are still made in the U.S., and then the rest is sourced around the world.
Finally, just wanted to ask about your future. I know there's always chatter about will Spanx IPO. I think it was even the subject of a joke on Billions. Bobby Axelrod brought it up.
Yes,
but seriously, how do you...
Right. I got to I put Axe right back in his place. That was fun.
I enjoyed watching it. But how do you seriously think about that question as to whether eventually you want to take this company public?
Well, when I started Spanx, I'd never taken a business class in my life. I'd never worked in fashion or retail. And for the first several years, everyone would ask me what my exit strategy was, and I literally didn't know what they were talking about. I eventually started laughing one day, and I said, you know what my exit strategy is? I want to exit a room and look good. And that kind of became my staple response for a while. And now, I operate the business very organically. I still own 100% of Spanx. I started it with the $5,000 that I had in savings, and if it feels like that's the right time and my gut tells me that it's something to do, then I might entertain it, but I don't have any plans for it right now.